Discipline is not about forcing yourself to do hard things. It is about rewiring your brain to genuinely enjoy the actions that help you grow. Your brain is constantly shaped by dopamine, the chemical responsible for motivation and reward. Every time you chase quick pleasure, scrolling, junk food, mindless entertainment, your dopamine pathways weaken your ability to focus. But when you intentionally reduce these instant rewards, your brain becomes sensitive again, making disciplined actions feel satisfying and natural. This transformation begins with understanding how dopamine controls your habits and how a dopamine detox resets your brain's motivation system. Dopamine detox does not mean eliminating pleasure. It means breaking the cycle of constant stimulation so your brain can reset. Modern life overwhelms the mind with small rewards every few seconds, making discipline feel boring or painful. When you step away from quick dopamine behaviors, your brain naturally searches for deeper, more meaningful rewards. This creates space for clarity, focus, and long-term motivation. Over time, your brain begins enjoying structured routines, learning, exercise, meditation, and meaningful work because they no longer compete with instant gratification. One of the most powerful ways to rewire your brain is through controlled discomfort, doing slightly difficult tasks consistently. Your brain adapts by building stronger dopamine receptors, making discipline feel energizing instead of draining. This is why habits like waking early, reading, or exercising feel easier after a few days of detox. With each repetition, your brain forms new neural pathways that associate discipline with accomplishment and pleasure. The discomfort becomes fuel, not resistance. Meditation accelerates discipline by calming the dopamine system and strengthening the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decisions and self-control. When you meditate, your brain develops the ability to pause before reacting, which breaks addictive impulsive behaviors. This pause is where discipline begins. Regular meditation rewires your mind to stay focused longer, reduces cravings for distractions, and builds emotional resilience. The more stillness you create, the more power you gain over your habits. To enjoy discipline, you must reduce your dependence on external rewards and replace them with internal satisfaction. This means shifting your motivation from "I must do this" to "I feel good doing this." By celebrating small victories, reading one page, taking one walk, doing one mindful breath, your brain releases healthy dopamine tied to progress instead of pleasure. Over time, your mind begins craving productive actions because they genuinely feel rewarding. This is the foundation of long-term discipline. Another key step is replacing passive consumption with active engagement. Activities like learning, creating, exercising, and planning naturally produce deeper dopamine, which strengthens neural circuits linked to discipline. Passive activities, endless scrolling, binge-watching, junk food, drain your brain's motivation store. When you shift from consuming to creating, you teach your brain to seek meaning, not stimulation. This shift rewires your identity into someone who values growth over distraction. Dopamine detox also teaches you to be comfortable with boredom, which is actually the gateway to creativity and mental strength. When you stop numbing your mind with constant stimulation, your brain reactivates its natural ability to think deeply. Boredom becomes a space where ideas rise, clarity forms, and discipline feels achievable. Instead of avoiding silence, you begin to appreciate it. Instead of seeking distractions, you seek intention. Rewiring your brain for discipline requires consistency, not intensity. Small repeated actions reshape your neural pathways faster than huge temporary efforts. When you do a 5-minute habit daily, your brain forms strong, stable circuits that make discipline automatic. This is why routines matter. They transform discipline from effort into identity. Your brain stops asking, "Do I feel like it?" and instead moves automatically into action. Your environment plays a major role in your brain's ability to enjoy discipline. A clean room, organized desk, or distraction-free workspace reduces cognitive load, freeing mental energy for productive tasks. When your surroundings signal calmness, your brain enters a focused state more easily. This creates a feedback loop where discipline becomes easier because your environment supports it, not fights it. Finally, your brain begins to enjoy discipline when it becomes aligned with your identity. When you see yourself as someone who values growth, calmness, mindfulness, and progress, your brain stops craving quick rewards. Instead, it starts craving actions that strengthen your character. Dopamine shifts toward purpose. When discipline becomes who you are, not what you force yourself to do, your brain rewires itself permanently. This is how meditation, consistency, and dopamine detox together create a mind that naturally chooses strength over distraction.